Hi Julia Watts here, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing a demo using the new Botanical Blend Collection from Elizabeth Craft Designs, and this collection is aimed at the full-size planner and not the sidekick, but there are of course elements within it as always that you could use in the sidekick and in regular scrapbooks as well. I seem to be on a bit of a tilt. Let me just... slightly better. Okay, right, so the papers I'm using are from Reminiscence the Book 9, which is a new book, and you will find the products over on my website juliawattscrafts.co.uk, and also they are available at the same time as well on the Elizabeth Craft Designs website. So in the US you have ecraftdesigns.com, and if you enter code Julia Watts Crafts in the discount code box at checkout, then you should get 10% discount on orders over $25. And then it's also available at ecraftdesigns.eu. And then once again, if you enter code Julia Watts Crafts EU in the discount code box at checkout, then you'll get 10% discount on orders over €25. So that's the admin. As I said, we're using the Botanical Blend, and the new book 9, Reminiscence the Book 9, is out at the same time as well. Can't really flick through all of it for you because I've taken the card out and I've used a lot of them. These are some of the papers. I'll just do a quick flick. Double-sided as always, and the papers are 120 GSM and the card is 250 GSM. So obviously the card is perfect to do your base pages. You've got lots of ephemera in here that you can cut out. Great collage papers. You've got some journaling boxes there, some more ephemera, some brilliant photographs, really stunning. And again, you've got some more sort of entomology type slides. Love this one. Like I say, I had pulled some out already. I have used some of them, but that's what's left at the minute. So there are 32 double-sided sheets of the paper and 32 double-sided sheets of the card, and you get the same designs on the card as you do on the paper. So watch out for the Reminiscence Book 9. So we're working on a base page here, and this is cut using the 2281 page with large tab 2. There are two new base pages. The other one's page with large tab 1, and large tab 1 has a tab at the top. And so obviously if you just turn it around, it can be a bottom tab as well. So you've got 3 tabs across the 2 die sets. And we're going to be using this one. And I'm also using this one on here as well. And we're also going to use this one here, the 2282 photo frame inlay as well. So, and I've cut out some borders from this, to cut out from the card. I've cut out 3 borders because we're going to stack them up and we're going to make them into a side pocket. And I've inked around the edges with Scorched Timber Distress Oxide. Before we do anything at all, we're going to do a teeny bit of stamping on my tag, and this is cut using the tab 4 with tags, which I don't think is available anymore, but I know a lot of you have got this. And this again is one of the pages from the cardstock. It's got lots of bugs on it. So let's grab my stamping platform, that's what I'm looking for, just so I can make sure that I stamp it well. Working in about 6 inches of space as always. So I've got some photographs that are going to go on here, but I'm just going to stamp the words Nature Study there. And this is, I should tell you what this is. This is CS419 and it's called Wildflower. This is a brilliant, brilliant stamp set. So you can see you've got lots of background type things. You've got the definition of garden. You've also got a bit of information about herbs. I've actually cut, this is one stamp, I've actually cut it into 3 pieces. Obviously it's your stamp set, you do what you want. One person's weed is another person's wildflower. I have so many weeds in my garden. Never stop growing, let love grow. You've got this beautiful, beautiful focal point here. We are going to use this one as well, the entomologist stamp. This is a cool one. You can obviously tuck that behind a photograph if you want to. But we're going to use Nature Study here. As this page is all about the bees that have decided to nest in my birdhouse, which is a little bit annoying. But they are bumblebees, they're not honeybees. And so we have to leave them where they are until the autumn, and then they should vacate it. They shouldn't sting me because bumblebees die if they sting, don't they? Once they've stung, they die. So they don't sting willy-nilly. I don't know who willy-nilly is, but you know what I mean. They don't just sting for the sake of it. We do have honeybees in the garden as well, because we've got lots and lots of plants in the garden that attract bees. So they pollinate the tomatoes and the strawberries and all the good things that I want to eat. And we give them a bit of something to munch on. So that says Nature Study. So we're going to have that, and then I'm going to start this again in another place in a minute, but for now I'm going to just dress this off, and I'm going to just use the date stamp from the minis, which is CS383. And this, you'll find actually there's quite a few die sets that work really well with the minis in this particular release. So if you haven't got the minis, I suggest you grab them. So we're going to put date. I don't normally do this actually. Where's my little block? Fetch this out. When I'm doing the little ones, I don't normally do it in a platform because they are only little and you end up putting too much pressure on them. I've used this date a lot, and I'm using Nocturne Versafine Clair. Let me just see if I can get this straight where I want it. Yeah, it is a little bit wobbly anyway, so it's very forgiving. Okay, that goes there like that. And we'll actually write in there the date. We're just going to put May 2025. I'm not going to use any letters or anything like that. We're going to do that. That's that. And then another little bit of stamping, which I'm not sure if we're going to manage it. Because I've done the back. This is my back page using other dies that are in this collection. And normally I try, if I'm going to do any stamping, I try to do 2 pages at once, and I completely forgot that I wanted to do that. As it happens. Which way around do I want it? Do I want Nature Study that way? I think I do. I think I do. So it's a little bit uneven. So I don't know. I want to stamp something. I want to do the entomology stamping here. So I'm not sure how we're going to get on. There's little marks from when I've glued the other side. But anyway, let's stay on topic. So we're going to have Nature Study on this side as well. as the header for this tab. Should have used some acetate, but I haven't moved it, so we'll be all right. And this should be fine because there's nothing underneath this. I don't think it's straight, which is disappointing, but that'll be all right. Okay. Let's fetch that off again. Because I want to use this. So we're going to try to use it and see how we get on. So I've got some ephemera that's going to go in here. So now there is one of the a honeybee, not a honeybee. I think that's a bumblebee. If it's fluffy, it's a bumblebee. So that's going to go up there. I'll just get glued there. And then down here, I've written, bumblebees are nested in our bird box. Honeybees and bumblebees love the salvia hot lips, which I'll show you in a minute. So that's going to go down here. And I thought I would stamp this entomology stamp up there like that. So we'll give it a go. Actually, I'm going to put that there because I want to know where I'm going to put it. Some of that will go underneath that one. It's very bumpy, this. Let's just put that on there so that stays where it is. Or not. He's going through a few pieces of card. I only had remembered to stamp on the other side. It's like, do as I tell you, not do as I do. So I do want to be able to see it because my 3 borders are going to go here. I should have stuck these down already. I'll do these in a minute. These borders are going to go like so to make a pocket. So we'll just see them sticking out. It probably won't. Look, we're just going to say we're going to live with however it stamps, and yeah, we're just going to live with it. I'm going to stamp it there like that. See if it's straight. I would like it straight. Looks pretty straight. Let's pick it up first. And then we get rid of that. Okay, let's give it a go. Do I want to have it in this colour though? I might not actually. Shall I do it in sand dune? Because it's a little bit more subtle if it's in sand dune. Oh, decisions. Yeah, we'll do it in black. Now, I haven't used this stamp before, so even more pressure. Fabulous stamp. Of course, you could stamp it and you can cut out the different elements, do some fussy cutting if you wanted to. You won't see all of it. It's just to give that background a little bit more interest. Not that it's not interesting, because it is. Oh, that's pretty good, considering there's something underneath. It's just that bit there. I'm going to have to draw that in. that's where it's a little bit creased on the thingy. So what we'll do is we will just draw that in. And okay, happy with that. Right, that's all the stamping I want to do. Look at that. Isn't that fabulous? Right, I'll put that away in a bit. Once again, this is from the Wildflower set, which is CS419. CS419 for Wildflower. Fabulous set. I love it. Right, so give that chance to dry for a minute. I have inked around the edges with Scorched Timber already, Distress Oxide. Let's get these 3 borders stuck together. And as I said, this is from this one, which is 2282 Photo Frame Inlay. Don't ask me why I put the number afterwards, obviously on another planet. So we just use this border and I've just cut it out of the card 3 times. And we are going to stick just these together. And this is going to go on top of this one. So we will have a little bit more glue just along there. You just don't want to see the other page underneath the holes, because otherwise if you block the holes up, obviously you won't be able to get it to work. It won't fit in your planner properly. Right, so that's that one. And then we're going to put that onto another yellow one as well, so we make a nice size deep pocket. So we do want to, we do want to have these all stuck together, that's right. Think about what I'm doing. It's very easy to forget what you're doing when you're actually doing a demo. It is for me anyway. If you're actually using the papers, you don't want to use very much glue at all. Okay. See, I didn't want to put that much glue on, did I? Plonker. Now it's moved. I think that's evenish. Get rid of all that glue there. Don't want that glue there. Certainly don't want it when you stick it on the page, otherwise our pocket's not going to work. Right. Fabulous. Fabulous. Looks good, doesn't it? Obviously you can have it that way as well if you wanted to. Right, so we're going to just put that underneath here to flatten out. And then we're going to go to the tag. Let's put this on here first. So we want our bumblebee. It's going to go in the top. And this is just cut from one of the pages. It can go just there, just sitting underneath that nature study. See if we can get it straight. Okay. my bit of journaling. Nobody likes their writing, do they? I did think about doing a calligraphy course, but I haven't. It's my writing. I think you have to get over your own writing, don't you, when you're doing your journals. That's just going to go down here. I'm going to cover up a little bit of that entomology stamp, but that's fine. Okie dokie. And as I said, we've got this again from the papers, and it's got loads of bugs on it. There's no bees on it, unfortunately. That is a flying insect. That looks like a beetle and another beetle. Caterpillars. That poor plant. And we've got this chappy here, and this has been cut using this die. This is from the 2281 page with large tab 2, which is the one that I cut the base page out of. And I've got a photograph of, can you see the bumblebee? So there's a bumblebee there, there's one there, and there's one in the hole, or going in the hole of our birdhouse. I think there's another one there as well. There's a lot of bees out there actually. And this is going to stick, this is going to sit on here. And I think I actually printed this to, I think it's 5.4 by 6.4 centimetres on the print to size app. And unfortunately my fine tip glue applicator got bunged up, and because I left the pin out, so I'm using this glue here. Try not to do too much. And what we'll do is we'll take off the excess as well. And see if we can get this on. A little bit that needs trimming there at the top. Where's my scissors? There's the scissors. There we go. Just so I can see that hole's nice. I think I've missed sticking it down there. It's a little bit wonky. We're all right, we're not over any edges. Okay. And again, I've inked around the edges. This is from the alphabet that's in the pockets too. And I've got that it's in black, and I'm going to just put the word B. I thought about putting B's, but I don't know if B's will fit, and I haven't got an S left. So we're just going to put B. I've got 2 E's. I may add an S. At a later date. But for now it's B. It would fit, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'll add an S at a later date, but that can be done at any time. Get rid of these little bits off my finger. That's good in there, doesn't it? So there is actually a backer as well. There's this die here is actually a backer, and I have used it on the other side of this here. I put some vellum as a backer behind that, and that fits perfectly. Which way around? Behind that. You'll see that cuts perfectly behind that. So you can actually have it as a loose object as well, and you've got a little hole in the top where we can put some twine through, which we will be doing. I do have some little tiny holes or reinforcers in here. This is the little tiny reinforcer die that's from the box envy or box envelope set from the Once in a Lifetime collection, and it's really useful, and it's the perfect size to add onto here. Might be a little bit smaller, but only a fraction, but it works really well. So we could put a little bit of twine through that. What should we use? Let's use this. We don't need much. With the right scissors. Try and put a knot in it. It's always easier to have a bigger piece and then cut it down, but it always seems like such a waste. Bear with. 10 years later. Get through that hole. Tweezers. So there are a couple of kind of reinforcers here, or they're like tabs that you can add. So you could actually add a tab to this if you wanted to. Wouldn't be this one, it would be the smaller one probably. But you can see you can add a tab to it, and you've got these two dies in the set, and this is the larger one. And I'm going to use it on the top of the tag rather than one of the tag reinforcers from the actual tag die set. And I have punched through another hole, because you can see from the die it only cuts one hole. I have used my crocodile to punch through to make a second hole, or second pair of holes. So let's put this on here, and then we'll deal with the other picture that I've got. So it's snagging a little bit on the crocodile there, but that's fine, the reinforcer will cover it. And again, I've inked around the edges, and this is another of the papers from the Reminiscence book. And so it does cover the hole for the reinforcer, the tag reinforcer. So that's quite handy, isn't it? It means you can change the look of the top of the tag. And just fold that over. You just line it up at the top. And then we can put some reinforcers on it. We need 4 because we're going to do front and back. We might as well, because there is space on the back for me to do some more journaling or add some more pictures if I want to. You can of course put some eyelets in, but they're not the 3mm. I think they're the 5mm eyelets that you need for these. And I don't have any of those. I only have 3mm. I've got some hairy bits on my card. Just some black card. and that coordinates with the stamping, which is why I've chosen black. Okay, I'll add some twine later on. So this is going to go here, up here. I know we're covering some of the beasties up, but that's fine. I'll stick that down in a minute. And then I've also got this picture here of this honeybee on. It's a salvia that it's on, and it's called Hot Lips. It's huge in the garden. Every time I trim it back every year, and it just gets big the next year. And it needs trimming again. It grows all over the path. It's a great thing for bees though, and you can see I reckon that's a honeybee on there. I'm saying it is anyway. And then this frame, let's see which way around it's got to go. I think it's got to go that way. This frame has been trimmed down from this here. No, not that. This one. This one. So this will cut out your photographs to fit. So I've used my photograph and I've just cut it out with that one. So that cuts the photograph out to fit. And then this is the kind of overlay. And obviously you get a set of 5. Where is it gone? So when it cuts out like this. So that makes a great tag, or it will go on your page quite nicely. You could have a couple of those on your page. So that's that. But I've just trimmed it on the trimmer. It is a little bit smaller here than it is up there because the end pieces are just slightly bigger. So but I've just cut that off so that I've got just a single. So that's what we're going to use there. So we're going to put this down, glue this down first. So we know where we're putting it. So it's about there, like so. And then we can pop our photograph in the middle. I have reverted to using glue. Does seem to work quite nicely. That's going in the middle. Perfect. Perfect. And then we're going to stick this one up there. And we've still got some of the paper that we can see in the background. Some of the design team have actually done like little specimen cards, and they've used acetate, and they've got like butterflies floating around on the inside, and lace and all sorts of things with it. Some really beautiful samples from the design team. If you haven't already seen it, I think, I'm not sure if Esther's doing a introductory video like she normally does, and a live, but do have a look for Esther's demos as well, where she'll show you the design team samples. So we'll put this one just there like that. I'm not sure if that has been cut 100% straight as in the back page, but this is where he's going. Cool. So where are we at? What do I need to do still? I need to put some twine on here. So we'll go for the same twine that's, where I've done it, put it, there it is, the same twine that's on here, so it all matches. Don't think I need my glue anymore, let's put the top on. we're just going to thread it through very simply. You can get those kind of chain type things as well. I don't know if it's Ranger that do them, and they look fab on the specimen cards. Okay, let's see where we're at. Oh, we've got to put the pocket in, haven't we? That's what we've got to do. It's drawing under here. Right, so this is going to go on here. It starts to come together. So all we need to do is put glue along there and here, because that is going to go in there. So we don't want to have it up too much. Right, glue. I haven't finished with the glue. All this glue is now dry. You remember the mess I made? All that's nice and dry. So my pocket's not going to get stuck, which is a relief. As in stuck where I don't want it to be. It is such a shame that it's almost criminal that these are double-sided, because you don't want to use, you want to use both sides really. Esther's art is just wonderful, absolutely wonderful, and the collages she does are amazing. Right, so we're going to pop this down here. It's a lovely colour palette as well. This you've got pinks and yellows and lots of browns and greens, all kind of garden type colours. Make sure we're going up to the edge so my holes line up. Give it a good press. You won't want to stick on the corners yet. And I do have some, oh, under here. I do have some of these postage stamps. So I cut some postage stamp strips using 2176 postage stamp strips. So I've cut one of each of all the different sizes. And there is this new set of postage stamps. And this is CS419 Postage Stamps 3, because you had the first set that was out when the dies were out. Then we had a Christmas set, which is, I know, sold out. And now we've got this one. Let's take it out of here so you can see all the different designs on here while my pocket is sticking. So shall I put it there? Is that better? Or I tell you what we'll do, we will grab a blank piece of paper and put it on there like so, so you can see them a bit better. So, I mean, obviously I've used some of them, so I haven't put them back in the right position. So we've got bugs, we've got a beautiful lady here, a little girl. We've got the Tree of Life, which is the tree that Esther used in the Card Lab collection. Various different sizes. We've got sayings, we've got a postage stamp. This is a cool one. You can't see that. That's a cool one. And then we've got a blank here, so you can fill that in. So yeah, so that's a really, really useful set, and that's Postage Stamps 3. So hopefully this is stuck now. What I was going to do, what I thought I'd have a few of these bugs tumbling down here. Maybe that one in the middle, and then that one. And I did think that we'd have another one here as well. I'm not sure about that one. No, that works. We do that. It's always very handy to look inside. So what I did, yes, I cut them out, the dies. Then I inked through the dies, and these have all been inked through with antique linen, distress ink. And this has been inked through, it's a bit darker, this one's been inked through with Scorched Timber distress ink. And then I stamped on them all individually. and then broke them all up into different postage stamps. And you don't need to, you can just pull them apart. Brilliant, brilliant set. It does take a while to stamp them, and you've got all the little bits that you have to push out of the die, all those little bits that go everywhere. But the end result is that you've got a load of little postage stamps that you can draw on. And of course, if you can find, I haven't, my stamps are all over the place. I have found some which I haven't used yet actually. I have found these which are really quite cool, but those are birdies, so I'd need some pictures with birdies on them. But yes, it's quite cool to use proper postage stamps as well. Let's get the glue on all of these. So I've just used cardstock for these. You can of course stamp on some of the papers if you wanted to. There's too much glue going on this, in these corners. Let's get rid of some of that. Okie dokie. So what did I say? How was I going to do it? This is going to go down the bottom. This one's at the top. So you've got a ladybug. And then we've got a beetle. Go in the middle. And then I'll probably put it underneath my mat without the tag in it in a bit. And then we'll have whatever this is. Dragonfly. And we just need some reinforcers now. So I did think I would use these. I might have put them. Oh no, that still works. The ones with the straight edges are a bit of a challenge to get them straight. And I might use one of these as well. Although that's up a bit. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to use that one. We'll just use these. Although I could use one of these. How many of these have I got? Have I got any more of these? Hang on. Let me have a look. Perhaps I haven't. No, we'll just use these. We'll go with what I decided in the first place. It's always a good move, isn't it? Go with what you decided in the first place. I don't know what set these are from. Straight. Just finishes it off the page, doesn't it, when you put your reinforcers on. So a bit of a long video, so apologies for that. You can always fast forward over the boring bits. Hopefully I'll get around to making some more videos with this collection. I have already done some pages, which I will show you in a little while. In fact, no, probably, yeah, will I? Yes, I will. Okay, I will. I've said it, so I'll do it. I'll probably do a separate video as well with all my samples when I finish them all. Okay. Those are on now. And then, where's my tag? There it is. So my tag will just slide in Will it go in the top? It might be going in an angle at this rate. That bit doesn't want to go in. There it is. It's gone in. It's a bit thicker. So there's my page. All done. So make sure you can see it all. So you've got your journaling underneath, so when you pull it out, you can read it. And you've got that extra bit of stamping, which just pokes nicely underneath the border there. I think that's quite cool. And then the tag. And I mean, the tag could go in at an angle. It doesn't have to go in completely like that. Could go in like that. Right. So I've already shown you the back side as well. So this one has got pictures of some rather pretty plants in the garden, and we've got that photo stamp tucked behind there, and again the borders, but these have been done with papers, and the word garden is from one of the Card Lab Planner Cards 3, so it fits really nicely. You've got Let's Go Outside, which every time I stamp it I think of the George Michael song and start humming it. As you do. And then so far I've also done this page here, nature page. Check out the websites for all the different dyes. So I've got I've got a pair of that same dye, this one here. I cut it into 2 pieces there, and some more flowers, some stamping. These dies are from this same set here. So these funny looking dies here are your numbers 1 to 9 and 0. And some more flowers and the herb garden. So these are going in this pocket, and this pocket is part of the new collection as well, as is the word nature. There's lots of words with this type of font. Let's Go Outside again, some more postage stamps. The pocket is a new one. This is another new sort of side panel as well, which I've made into a pocket. You don't have to stick down the top and the bottom, so it could fold out, but I've made it into a pocket, and I've got a photo behind there. And then we've got this die here, which is a pocket. So I've made this is a pocket at the back, again with another tag in it. I always struggle with this here. It's because the flap's there. There we go. But I've left this open. This is like an inlay or an overlay, and I've left that and made that a pocket as well. And then here, this is one of the inlays for that same die. It's in this same die set, and there's a picture of my dad in the army on that one there. So that's a very quick look. There is another video which has all of my samples in it. But for today, this is the one that I've made. Hope you've enjoyed it. Do check out my other videos. Do like and subscribe if you've not already. Because I do love to read your comments, and don't forget you will find the products over on my website juliawattscrafts.co.uk, and also in the US at ecraftdesigns.com, and also in Europe at ecraftdesigns.eu. Thank you so much for watching.